Good morning, everyone. This is BizTix TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Monday, so we're here with coffee, tea, thoughts, and conversations. So sit back, relax, hydrate. I'm here with my co-host, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Up, and we're the Biz Chicks. Hey, Fran, how you doing this morning?
I am well. I am very well. Woo.
I
So,
know.
welcome everybody to the live show, and I am going to send this out to. Hey, Jay, how you doing? I'm sharing
Morning.
to our group, and today the conversation is all about whose glasses are you putting on? Or
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Good morning, Jay. Yeah. So, are you picking up the right glasses? There are
Mm-hmm.
people like you this morning, you put on your glasses today, but if there's a bunch of people in the house with you, how do and you grab somebody else's by mistake
Mm-hmm.
or because you don't know any better, uh, you are you picking up the right glasses?
Mm. Francie, I actually Googled what happens when you wear someone else's glasses, and they were saying that in general it won't damage your eyes, but it may cause headaches, blurriness, dizziness. Uh, so so you can get a little disoriented. That's the way I would sum it up when you're got somebody else's glasses on.
Yeah, you're not seeing clearly, and how does that affect us in I'm going to go with life and then business life? Because if you're picking up somebody else's assignment or somebody else's idea, trying to run it like it's yours.
Or listening to every idea that comes down the pike.
Right.
Well, you should be doing it. How many of you are in business and you get this all the time? Well, you should be selling this, or you should be doing this, or you should be. Why don't you offer this service or that service? Or, why don't you make this whatever it is you have stand on its head? Come on, people. That would be the person who makes the thing that makes it stand on the head, and it's down the street.
So is that right for you?
Hmm.
You have to get your prescription.
Exactly.
What is your prescription? And the perspective of there's different perspective too. Whose perspective are you looking through? Parents,
Hmm.
significant others? Are you looking at the from the perspective of another person that you've seen? We talk about Gary Vee a lot, and he does social media outstanding, but he's got a team of people that are doing his social media. So you're going to see him on TikTok, Snapchat. You're going to see him on Twitter, LinkedIn. You're going to see him on YouTube. You see him on Facebook. He's everywhere.
Hmm.
Why? Because he's mastered that and he's a media company.
Hmm.
So he needs to be everywhere. Are you a media company?
Hey, Jerry. Uh-huh.
Are you a media company? Or where are you? Because we talked about this before. You should be in your own realm. Where are your people? The people that you serve.
Hmm.
That's where you should pay most of the attention. And Jay says, you are smart enough to pick up your own glasses.
I, I think so. The fact that I have all my own glasses.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody watching live and on the replay. So, are you living your life? That's the bottom line. Are you living your life or someone else's?
There's a question.
the rose-colored glasses,
Context. Mm-hmm.
rose-colored glasses, looking at the world. A lot of people are like, you're just looking at the, Pollyanna. And why can't we have a good outcome? Do we have to, does it have to be doom?
Speculate.
Does it have to be doom and gloom? If your
Mm.
perspective is that you see the good in the world, that's okay. There's going to be plenty of negative that's trying to tell you to see the bad in the world.
Well, I know that a smile, a positive word can change things. People's attitude towards you, people's willingness to help you has a lot to do with our perspective and what we project. If we're expecting negative, we're more than likely going to find it. You usually find what you're hunting for.
Dr. Godot wrote on attitude,
Mm-hmm.
and he said, your attitude toward life determines life's attitude toward you.
There you go.
Oh, what perspective, what glasses have you picked up? I can pick up, I have some Gunners too. They're not Terry's, but they're Gunners. So I can put these on.
Yeah.
But if they're all, I'm trying to figure out how to make them dirty and smudgy. If they're all dirty and smudgy and fingerprints all over them, you try to drive and got fingerprints all over the glasses and trying to figure out what's going on. The perspective is wrong, which means you'll make wrong decisions because these were wrong. Not necessarily anything wrong with your idea, but you're looking at it through smudgy glasses. And believe me, these are smudgy now. There, the smudge that comes on your screen when on your phone or on your tablet, all that gunk all over there. So now you're trying to live life looking through glasses. Oh, like Mr. Magoo. You
Bumping into everything.
He was messing up stuff.
Yes, he was.
Clearly.
And he was messing himself up because he was always bumping into stuff, falling off stuff,
Messing up stuff for everybody else too. See, when your perspective is off, you're messing up your life and the lives of those who you were supposed to serve. If you can't see clearly, yourself, how are you going to help someone else? Wait, you got a splinter, you got a telephone pole in your eye, and you're trying to help the person with the splinter, but you can't see clearly.
I'm just saying that we have to guard our ideas and stay focused. Now, there's a word for prescription, right? Stay focused on what it is that we are doing in our business.
Right now, I can't see that clear because there's smudges on my glasses, too many fingerprints on my glasses. I've been looking at other people's stuff, other people's ideas, the ideas of others. You get messages come across you. I heard it yesterday, 60,000 thoughts a day. Yep, Jay, you're right. We need to get focused. There are 60,000 thoughts that come across our minds every day. Which one are mine? Which of those thoughts are lining up with my purpose and what I'm supposed to be doing? Because the other ones, I need to check them at the door. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, that's not a part of my plan.
Exactly. We need to discard some of these things that come through. Thoughts, ideas, and suggestions have to be filtered through purpose.
Yes, but if you're out of focus, you can't see, I'm supposed to be doing that? They said that I'm supposed to have 6 figures in 3 weeks. And
Help us,
if
Father.
I buy this program, I'm gonna have 6 figures in 3 weeks. Are you really?
Mhm.
Even
And
the
are you willing to do the work? See, you don't know how many years of work was behind that before they got to 6 figures, but they're selling it as though it happened in 2 weeks.
is that even what you're supposed to be selling? There are a lot of things I can do, but not all of them I should do. Just because I can do everything does not mean I should do everything. What are the things that I should be doing? What and the perspective that I'm using for that is what's my what are my boundaries and framework? You can be
Mhm.
whatever you want to be. No, you can't. You've been wired a certain way.
Mm.
You may not be wired to be a brain surgeon, and I don't want you working on my brain if that's not your wire, if that's not your gig. Those are not
Mhm.
your glasses.
Oh my goodness.
You
That was
can't
so serious.
you cannot be anything you want to be. You got to be what you're wired to be. And if you're picking up somebody else's glasses, oh, I can do that too. How many people have done that? I can do that too.
I think we do that to our children too.
Mm.
I want you to be this. Oh, you can't do that. What are you thinking? How are you going to make a living at that? We really do stifle a lot of things that are their gift. We really have to be careful that we don't put our lenses on them because we see them a certain way,
Mm.
or we missed an opportunity, or
And
you
so now
understand what I'm saying?
for these glasses, put these on. You put them on, they've fallen off, they don't fit,
Oh,
and
like the armor with David, huh?
here, put them on. I don't want to wear your wedding dress, Mom.
You know, just
Today,
interesting.
today I went for a run, and
Hmm.
I wanted. Uh, I was inspired by this movie I saw, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, maybe I can run 1 block because the lady
Hmm.
she ran 1 block." And I was like, "Okay. Well, I have a goal to be healthy, fit, and trim by April 30th. So I got to start doing something." And I said, "Okay, I'm going to." I saw her, her life was a mess. And although my life was not as messy as hers, she said, I can run 1 block. So she ran 1 block. Well, I knew I could do more than 1 block. So I found something on Audible and it has how to train for a half marathon. No, I'm
Hmm.
not running a half marathon. I'm
But
not
you are training.
a half marathon. I just want to train like I'm
Hmm.
a half marathon. So today, they give you it's 12 weeks and you got 12 little trainings to do and it's on Audible and you can listen to the lady and she will take you through. So let's do our first run for 25 minutes. I'm like, I can do that. So I ran for 25 minutes. It was an easy run. And
Hmm.
she talks through, how your feet should land and how your arms should be moving and all of that. And I was like, this is really good. Um, so day two, I was going to do the next one, which is the next step up, which has intervals or whatever. But I had to listen to my body. I had to listen to me, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the easy run again today. I could go to the next level, but remind you that's their glasses are they're trying to get to a half marathon. I'm just looking for healthy, fit, and trim. So I had to tweak the recipe for me.
Mm-hmm.
So doesn't mean that you won't pick up some ideas from other people. It just means you need to make sure that you're on your own race. And so we have
Mm-hmm.
Anna. Hi, Anna. Anna says sometimes choices have to be made to choose the best next step. My skill set is different from a lot of others. Yes, it is. And you're going to tweak the focus
Mm-hmm.
so that it suits you, right? Okay.
Yes.
I don't wear lace. I'm sorry. I just don't like lace and flouncy
Mm-hmm.
stuff. But I have to know me in order to do me. I have
Mm-hmm.
I need straight lines and not a bunch of fluff and okay, I don't do all of that. But I need to know that about me
Mm-hmm.
so that I'm being me. And Lakeisha says, are lenses or limits? Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That you have in your glasses, as dirty as these are, can be a limit to you.
Or if we're not looking through our lenses, someone else's limit us.
Right? Because like what you said, supposing we did Mr. Magoo have on glasses?
Yes, he did. They were round, remember?
Yeah, okay. And he couldn't see out of them.
Heck.
Hey Mark,
Let me make sure.
because
Because
Mr. Magoo, he was like
now
he
that
was
you ask, I'm really not sure if he did have glasses. Anybody know?
yeah, look him up, we'll put him up.
Did
So
the question is, did Mr. Magoo have glasses?
did Mr. Magoo have glasses? Somebody look that up.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I remember him having these
Round
like
glass.
round. Yeah, and they were thick, allegedly. Help us out.
Anna says, good for you. 25 minutes of running. I ran cross country in high school. I didn't lose weight doing it then. I was carb loading with the guys. Whoops. Loud.
Mhm.
Well, I did get near one of my high school crushes. That was a goal. See,
Okay,
it,
well, see.
the whole long distance run wasn't about the,
Oh, you know what? He does not have on glasses,
oh, he should.
Mr. Magoo.
It.
I don't know if you can see him.
Oh, yeah, he didn't. He just couldn't see.
He he needed glasses. Why did I think he had? Anyway, that's another story. Oh, here we go. Here's another picture of him.
Yeah, but them wasn't his glasses. See,
Evidently, he was trying glasses, and they weren't the ones.
and Mark said he did. I don't think he had them. He needed some. Yes,
Okay, yeah.
because yeah,
Hmm.
he was doing the most. Um,
Falling off of stuff, and wonderfulness was going on with him.
I don't think he had them. His vision was impaired. Ooh.
Mm.
And if we're looking at through everybody else's glasses and stuff, our vision is impaired because we are not looking at our vision. We're looking at their vision or someone else's vision. The whole goal of the conversation today is to everybody else's glasses and stuff. The whole thing that we want to do is let's look at our vision. What's our vision?
Thank you, Anna. Anna says, I asked Siri and she said yes, he had big glasses, not in the picture though. Okay, thank you. And Mark says, I don't think he had them. I think it depends on, where you look on the cartoon. So most of the time he didn't have on glasses. And I think every once in a while they tried to fit him up. Just
It didn't work because he was still running into stuff. So let's talk about that. Are you all running with
mm-hmm.
your vision?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you running through the vision of somebody else? I can't quite see. And when you don't have clear vision, you can't move.
The other thing is everybody's going to always have an opinion. For instance, Lakeisha does Mary Kay, and I think their primary color is pink for their, packaging. Now, someone walks up to me and says, "I want that, but I want it in Tiffany blue packaging." Do you stop and go get Tiffany blue? I don't think so. They either, this is the brand. Don't let people make you shift your brand if it's working for you.
And then Jay says, if you don't have a vision, ask someone that is successful you like, have them help you on the right track. And even with that, Jay,
love it.
You're still going to need to figure out, make sure it's you, and that you don't get when they help you and they reach out to help you, then you can't pick up their start mimicking them and copying that. I forgot about the homework assignment last week. I did not. I'll come back and ask you in a minute. For those who were here last week, I shall be asking the question. So stay tuned for that. And Anna says, nope, I'm on pause while I figure out what it is that I want. See?
Good.
Good job. Being on pause is okay. I was talking with somebody last week, and I asked them about their life and what they were doing and that type of thing. And they were trying to figure out what their next move was going to be. And they could have done a lot. I could pick up, he met Herbie Hancock. And I didn't know my friend was a piano player. So Brian, if you're watching, I'm talking about you. So he's a piano player. And the thing you need to know about Brian is he only has one arm. But he's a piano player. And he got the opportunity to play with Herbie Hancock, to teach with Herbie Hancock. And Herbie asked him, so what are you looking for? He said, I want to be great like you guys. And Herbie Hancock told him, just be better every day. Just be better every day. I was like, what a concept. Don't try to be like the other people. Be you better. Be the best you every day. Show up every day and be better. Lakeisha says, or an old prescription upgrade. I need to get more contacts, and I was wearing old prescription glasses until I did, but I could not see. Don't go backwards.
Don't go backwards. I loved that comment. Yes.
Don't go backwards.
Mark's got a comment. Let's see. We better read it before.
Hey, Mark. By design or unconsciously by default. One is arguably more successful than the other. Yes, sir, Mark.
Yeah, a lot of us live by default. Whatever. I'm just gonna let nature take its course. Wait a minute.
Whatever will be, will be.
Yeah, you be driving all through the woods and everything else. You let nature drive. All off the road.
There is no rule.
Now Anna says he met and talked. Oh, met and go ahead, friend.
Talking about Brian, my friend Brian, met and he had some training with Herbie Hancock, and it was very cool because I was like, I didn't know Brian played piano. How about that? What we don't know about people. I was like, Brian. He says, oh, and here's the thing. He practices 3 hours a day, every single day. And I'm like, and I know Brian because he's in the real estate industry too, but he practices every day for 3 hours. That's his focus. He does not miss his 3 hour a day practices. What do we focus on in our realm? What's the focus? What am I focusing on? If I give 3 hours of focus on something every single day, I think I'm gonna be pretty
Hmm.
good at it.
Really?
So I'm
Yeah,
thinking,
that.
what can I focus on 3 hours a day?
Wow.
And then Jason, if you're the smart one in your group, you need to regroup and find someone smarter than you.
There you go.
You always need to have somebody to challenge you. Always somebody to help push you. And I learned something today from a book that I'm reading. It's called Jesus Life Coach, like
Mm-hmm.
Ultimate Life Coach. And in the book, it talked about a coach will not, a coach listens 90% and talks just 10. For
That
all
makes sense.
out there, I was like, the book is a really good read, by the way. And I'm listening to it on Audible. I was like, really? This was good. So, everybody's trying to be a life coach.
Hmm.
And
Hey, Jill.
hey, Jill, um, everybody's trying to be a life coach, but are we listening or are we just talking? Are
And see, I
we
think
doing?
there's a difference between a guidance counselor and a coach.
So, but the trend is I'm a coach, I'm a coach, I'm a life coach, I'm a this coach, I'm a that coach. Is that really your vision? Was that your vision, or is that just the latest thing, the latest trend that is going on right now in small business? And so you're jumping on that trend. Are those your glasses? Is the life coach world your glasses?
Mm.
Now, I don't know. Because when Terry and I started out, we were thinking, okay, do we do coaching? No, we do workshops and training. We don't do
We're trainers.
per se. Now, I do mindset stuff, and I'm not necessarily, people call us their coach or whatever, but that's not necessarily what we do. We will teach you how to get some stuff done practically, like how to do your social media, what button to push, and that type of thing. And then mind management stuff. That's really not coaching. And Mark, I do believe, is a life coach. So Mark, he could jump in here and have a conversation. And
And Anna's got a comment here. I love it.
given hours per day for 4 years to the live stream community, it was more fun than my day job at the time. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then she says, guidance counselor was free in high school. Life coach cost you something.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Pat. So also, the guidance counselor was paid by somebody else, but they were still
Mm-hmm.
paid. Okay, and then here's Mark, because I know this is his wheelhouse. Mark says, well, I've been a life strategist since 1998. The arena has become a bit proliferated. Here's the thing, you can learn technique, but either you have the gift or you don't. Thank you.
Well stated.
You're either wired to do it or you're not. That's the thing, because people say you can do what you want, but that's not true. You can only do what you're wired for if you're going to do something well. Or other than that, you're a copycat. You know how it was if you copied off of somebody's paper or somebody copied off your paper. If they were wrong and stupid or whatever, the answers were wrong.
And you probably didn't both have an Aunt Louise in Georgia that you spent the summer with. I think the teacher could tell.
Right. These papers.
Did y'all go to the same place this summer? Oh
So
my goodness, yeah.
is if and we just use that as an example for life coaching and stuff, but if Mark has been doing it, a life strategist too, by the way, he didn't call it a coach, he called it a strategist. And he's been doing it from 98. I would tend to listen to him because he didn't jump out after he didn't make 6 figures in 2 weeks.
Wow.
I see a lot of people who are trying to get the technique, like Mark said, okay, I got to set up my funnel and I have to do this and I have to have something to offer. And I got to, and I'm like, oh, shouldn't you have the goods first before you try and monetize that? Mark says, you can often tell the approach is one size fits all. Many just take people through a rigid process, which means that they are not listening. Yes, that's it. And then Anna says, and it's tough to do everything you might have skills for all at the same time. Something's got to give. You're absolutely right, Anna. Just because you can, don't mean you should. Teachers just push students through. Life coach can do the same, but need to have the gift. Yep. And then, lady, let's bring Mark on screen if he's able. He bet he'd be good to hear live. Yes,
he really is good.
Really is. And are you available, Mark? Because I can send you a link. You know, when I mean available, meaning camera ready, because sometimes people are ready here, but they may not be camera ready.
But they may be
Mark,
in
let us know. Link. So, are you on your own path?
Are you doing a cookie cutter thing?
Okay, what does the yellow brick road look like for you? You know, just follow the yellow brick road. I'm like, okay, where's that road going?
Oh my goodness. And who are you really off to see? Did you really have going to see the wizard in mind? Maybe you don't need to be on this road. Okay.
Mark says, I'm not able right now, and I looked as if I was run over by Santa's sleigh. I can be a voice in the void. You know, Mark, you can turn off your camera. You have to have your camera live, but we can hear your voice if you'd like to do that. I can make that happen. Life coach needs to bring, this is Jay, life coach needs to bring out your gifts that you
sorry.
can't stop touching the buttons. Life coach needs to bring out gifts that you can't see at the time. They bring it out of you. Yes.
Man, these gifts be tough. Yeah. Okay, Anna.
I'm going to put this over for you.
And then Anna says, Mondays can be tough out here.
Yeah, it's Mondays, but you know, somebody's got to do it. So, whose glasses are you wearing? They're yours, and they were fitted for you. That's the other thing. A good eye doctor fits the glasses for you, right? And sometimes, okay, Mark, that's over there. Sometimes, you know, the good eye doctors will adjust them if they get out of fit.
Yeah, they can tighten them up, keep them from falling off.
Right. Yeah. What industry should you really be in?
And should it be a niche as opposed to, you know what I mean?
Broad. See, that was one of the things we learned from that one course we took.
Darren?
Yes. Narrow and deep, not wide and shallow. Narrow and deep. Because if you're all over the place,
you're all over the place.
You're just all over the place. I think Mark is ready. Because there's, Mark can turn off his camera. Mark, if you're ready, I'm going to put you up there.
Hello there.
Hey, good morning.
How you doing?
I'm well. How are you ladies?
We are
well.
So you're in Chicago, right?
I am indeed.
Yay.
How's the weather?
Covered to the East Midwest. I never.
The weather is actually pretty good. It's surprising. It's been in the upper 40s, which for us is fantastic.
Yes, it is. Anything above 0 is cool.
Indeed.
Anna says, even my sunglasses are custom. I use my old bifocals with a custom pro tint applied to help with snow glare and January blobs.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
And what you were saying about listening is so on point. I know before I did this work, I was a consultant and with PricewaterhouseCoopers. And one of the things as a consultant is you're always listening to your clients through the lens of the services that you provide. So it was a big leap for me, really, when I started doing this work. I had to sort of anchor myself in not leading the client to what I felt that they needed, even if I might have arguably been 100% right. Because it's not about what I think, it's about what they want. So in that first year, I had to really anchor myself with, like, I just would have a pad of paper in front of me just to remind myself, this is what they are asking for. So even if I saw other things that I thought would be really good for them, that's not what they were paying me for. And it was presumptuous of me. So it was like, just, give them what they are asking for.
Give the people what they want.
Yes. So if I come in there for a red turtleneck, don't be putting other stuff in there.
Exactly.
For a Barbie doll and some toys or a tire. I came in for the turtleneck, and I wanted it a specific color. Is that what you're saying, Mark?
Yes. One of the things that I'm very steeped in, and one of the reasons why I use strategist as opposed to coach, is because my approach is somewhat different. I'm very, very steeped in metrics. So, like, when I first speak to someone and we are fleshing out what their goals are, the first piece of the work is coming up with the measurement. In other words, how are you going to know when it is that you've achieved this goal? So that we both know, so that they know that their money's been well spent, their time and money, and also so that we both know when we're through, because we don't need to be spending our lives together. As much as I might love you.
But see, this is the thing I believe happens in the pseudo coaches. They try and keep you in the funnel around.
That's why they use the term life. You're going to do life with them. I don't want a life sentence right now with the coach.
And you never get out.
One of the things that I always tell people too when they call is there are so many, but there are many coaches out there that I would categorize more in the cheerleader category in many respects. And I am very clear about the fact that that is not me. I am not interested in making you feel good. I'm interested in you feeling good by virtue of what you are accomplishing in regards to what it is you are trying to create.
Nice. Yep. Everybody needs a cheerleader and a coach. And Mark is not the cheerleader.
That's not me.
Well, I tend to be the cheerleader because I don't want you to fall apart in the middle of.
And the coach makes you ask you to do things. You tell the coach that I want to lose I need to get down to playing weight or whatever. I want to win the championship, right? The coach is going to tell you what you need to do to win the championship. That means you might have to do those suicides, which means running up the bleachers, or you know what I mean? There's some stuff that's not going to be comfortable. Drop and give me 20. I don't. So if you are listening to the coach is going to get you to the goal that you said that you wanted to get to. Is that right?
Yes.
Mark? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Which is why it's so important that whomever someone is engaging in that process, that you're absolutely both on the same page and clear as to what the intended outcomes are. What are the goals? How are you personally going to know when you have achieved and or reached them? Because if you don't know that, what exactly are you doing? You're just talking.
So there's a couple of questions for you, or comments here from Jay. He says, that's why I'm nervous about getting a life coach, because I don't need a cheerleader. I need to create my gifts. And Anna has the same question. Mark, what's a good book to help flesh out what it is I want, or is that just not even possible? I would want to say you might need to talk to somebody, like it was suggested earlier in the comments, having a conversation with someone to see if they can even help pull that out of you. You know what I mean? Is that the correct approach, Mark, from your perspective?
I think so. I think you're going to know when you speak to someone, if in particular, whether they are the one for you, whether they are a good fit for you, and in many cases, whether that's the type of process that is for you. Because it's not for everyone. Everyone is different. There's no one size fits all, in my opinion. You know, I was saying earlier that one of the cautionary tales to me is people whose approach is rigid for all people. And I'm not saying that there are not commonalities with all people, because we're all dealing with the same stuff, all the same obstacles to success. However, there are enough variables to where, it shouldn't be rigid. We really should be connecting to that individual and what that person is trying to create for themselves.
Nice. Lakeisha says there is a difference from a cheerleader and a coach or strategist. Yes, all are different. Some don't know which ones they are. But Mark knows. So that would be someone that you might want to reach out to if he's taking on new clients, or just to get a consultation. What is it that you do for when you go to the doctor, or at least that used to happen when you go to the doctor? They would listen to you to find out what's going on. Now they got this 15-minute rule, and you can't even get out your symptoms or what, things that are going on, because they're trying to hurry up and get you out of the room. So you need to have someone that's going to listen to you.
Well, the thing about the listening too, what I was saying earlier about you can teach techniques, but you can't teach the gift, is one of the things that I think a lot of people don't understand is in this work, it's really more about what the person is not saying than what they are saying. Because here's the thing about us as people, this is perhaps a dark truth, is that we are liars. and we lie primarily to ourselves. But if you know what you're doing in this work, you are able to show people, because there's a pattern in the lie that we tell ourselves, and the pattern of the lie will tell you the truth. But what matters in this kind of work is not, I might see that because I've worked with so many people, I might see that very, very quickly in someone, but it doesn't matter what I see. It doesn't matter what I think. What matters is what you see and what you think. So part of my job is to sort of unravel that story so that you're able to see it. Because the thing about people, and I think I referred to this before when we were talking once before, is one thing that I've discovered that is amazing and just blows me away every time, even after all these years, is that everyone's life really is a series of neon signs that are saying, look over here, no, over here, over here, over here, over here, over here. And some people, you know, are actually following those signs. Some people are not. And usually when they're not, that's when their life is filled with, you know, frustration and angst and depression,
Chaos.
hopelessness, yeah, any number of things.
Right. Anna says she likes, I believe this is what she's saying, because they'll see when I light up, I get it. So meeting one-on-one with with someone to help, they can see when the lights go on in you. And Jay says, I don't like it when they give you a booklet of questions. I need a conversation and work it out with them. See,
right.
That is very good. It's like the teacher taking time after school to help you figure it out.
Well, a lot of people are verbal processors.
Well, one of the things that I do, I do a combination of things. One of the things that I do which I found to be very effective and also expedites the process, because, you know, money is an issue, right? And most people are not made of, you know, bags of money. So you want to make it as efficient and as effective as possible. So one of the things that I do is, in between sessions, my clients do a lot of writing. And a lot of the writing is, in many cases, stream of consciousness writing to get people beyond the blocks of their editorial mind. And that's what I was referring to earlier when I say that there are patterns in the lie and the stories that we tell ourselves. And that is a very quick way to get there. Because when we have done a certain amount of, there's a point in the work, and I know when it is. This is something where I intuitively have a sense of when it's time, when after we have thrown all these things against a wall, which is really what it's sort of like, then I will know when to say, okay, let's step back, tell me what you see. And that's that pivotal moment when the person is able to really see it and when the light really goes on about what is bubbling underneath the surface, because there generally is always something underneath that is keeping people, I don't know if I want to say holding people back, but is keeping them from, you know, living their best life, to sort of point the Oprah phrase.
Having a life strategist or having a session with a life strategist will help uncover some things that may have gotten covered up over the years. You know, where dirt is all on top of it and you really can't see it. You keep tripping over this hump, but it's like, what is that? And somebody has to help you find that.
Right.
And dig through that. A lot of people, you know, it's too messy. Well, you need to dig down through it and figure out what it is, because living somebody else's life is definitely not gonna work. And Jay says, I'm not good at having a conversation on paper. And
well, I mean, first of all, I would be the type that would question that assumption. Let's see what you mean by that, and whether that's actually true in this particular process. But if it's not the case, then that's not the process that we would utilize for you. That's something I can tell pretty quickly.
And I'm going to say this because I felt like Jay at a lot of times I don't want to write out what why, because it makes you confront.
I don't want to face the truth.
Well, that's true. But that's why I use stream of consciousness writing. And what that is, for people who don't know, is, and sometimes I will do this right when I'm sitting on the phone with you, so you can't get away, which means that you take out paper and I will give you the first sentence.
Mm.
and you continue that sentence 3 pages without lifting the pen, that means you just go, go, go. Even if it's, I don't know what to say, 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 even if you're repeating it, you just keep going for 3 pages without lifting the pen. You will be amazed at what comes forward. It's a process that I have used for years. It's one of the most effective tools because it gets to the heart of things very quickly.
And that's that's the thing that all of us want to is get to, what is it I'm supposed to be doing on this planet? And there are so many other distractions and what other people are doing. And I'm looking over at her paper. Well, mine don't look like that. And I'm doing this because it's not supposed to.
Right.
And
well, again, and I know I brought this up the last time that we talked a while ago, but this is my consistent line, because this is what I believe to be the universal truth. This is the question: is the pain of where you are greater than the discomfort of what it's going to take to move you out of it?
mm-hmm.
Because that is the question that each of us is answering every single day, whether we know it or not.
How bad are you going to, how bad is it to move? Are you just going to sit there? Because you could be the frog in the beaker with the water turning, the frog is turning up the water a little bit. They're turning up the heat a little bit at a time. The frog is not uncomfortable enough to move.
Mm-hmm.
And generally, let's face it, it's an unfortunate truth that most people do not come to the place where they do this work until they've absolutely had it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Because that's when they're really ready. When they're just like, I can't live like this anymore.
Right. When they get down to, and see, I'm learning to not wait till the last resort. I don't want to wait that long anymore.
Right. Well, that's great.
Let's do this when there's not the pressure.
Right.
Let's make it the first option. Okay, I need to learn something, and not be so stubborn or just procrastinating and putting it off until now the world is crashing and now I got to do something. I need people to hold up the ceiling is caving in. No, let's just not wait till the ceiling caves in. Let's fix it. And this was a good conversation. So here's what I'll tell you. If you have questions about what it is that you need to be doing in life, Jay or Anna or anybody who's listening, Mark is available.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And it does not cost anything to call and have a conversation.
Yeah.
So if it's something that anyone feels worthy of exploration, just in terms of even understanding, what my approach might be or how that might work, even if it's something that you decide not to engage, I don't have a problem with that. It's, it's what I do. So I don't mind talking about it.
And so that means you can get geared up for 2020 right now, just to see what direction you should be going, just to have that first conversation that may make the difference down the road. And you're not waiting for the ceiling to fall in before you take advantage of that. So this was a really insightful conversation. I had no idea where we were going. I just know I got tired of looking out of somebody else's glasses.
And a question that I ask, I write a blog, a blog piece every day. And there are 2 questions that I ask at the end of every piece, no matter what it's about. Because it's 2 questions that I sort of anchor my own life in. And that is, success or sabotage.
Ooh.
Because I believe that everything that we do is one or the other. I don't think there is an in between. And the other question is this going to be an incredible day? Because I also think that is a question that whether we know it or not, we are answering in some respect. And again, that comes down to either living consciously or by default. You can decide that the day is going to be incredible before you begin, or you can wait and see what happens.
Yeah, I think this will be awesome. Anna, reach out to Mark. Where can they find you? Mark, Anna's asking, are you on Instagram? And
I am. Ask Mark Ward.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm.
Now, see that.
And my website, if anybody wants to check that out, is newdesign.com. It looks like nude sign. So nudesign.com, newdesign.com.
Okay. I put it in the chat.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
That's it.
Yeah, Periscope filtered it, but whatever. So reach out, get some help. And the homework assignment last week is to write out 101. Did I give everybody the assignment 101, the list without limits? Did you sit down? Did you write out what you wanted? 101 things that you wanted without limits, meaning that not how you were going to pay for it or how you were going to make it happen, just 101 things. It could be, I want pink tennis shoes or blue suede shoes or whatever it is, just to begin the process. What do you want? Did you write your list? I'm asking the question. So with that, put the answer in the chat for those who are looking to repay. I'll see it when it comes up. Did you finish your list? And if you didn't, why not? You might need to see Mark to figure out why we couldn't get past that. I like that. Success or sabotage? What is it?
Well, one of the things that I have found, and I don't know what you ladies have found in your experience with people and the work that you do, but I have found with so many people that if you ask people what they want, they will often become paralyzed by the art of the possible, right? Or they'll feel timid about owning what it is that they actually want.
Right.
Here's another way that I often approach it is, what do you not want? When you ask people what they don't want, suddenly they can go on for a very long time. So I have people oftentimes make a list of all the things that they don't want, that they can no longer tolerate, those kinds of things down the left side of the page. And then you go back and you play the opposite. If I don't want this, what do I want? And just that process begins to sort of put a crack in the door, lets a little bit of light in, so that you begin to become more clear. Because one of the greatest lies that we tell ourselves, and sometimes often, is, I don't know. And that's not true. Yeah. Because we all know, we may not know that we know, but we all know. Because if you know what you don't want, at some level, you know what you do.
This is good, Mark. You'll have to add that to the assignment. Make a list of what you don't want, and then go over to the other side.
If not this, then that.
Yes. It helps to start the clarity process a little bit. Because a lot of times, too, people get stuck in tempering what they want by virtue of, can I have it? Or how will I create that? And that's irrelevant at that stage.
Exactly. That's why the list has no limits. This is, I summed it up you're 5 years old. What do you want for Christmas? Write out your list. Act like you're 5.
I love it.
Just right, because the kids don't have a problem. I want an Xbox. I want a skateboard. I want a and they'll go for it. But when we become adults, all of a sudden we put borders and filters and
Right.
stops and all kind of stuff that we never dream anymore. We stop the dreaming because somebody told us, grow up. You don't have time to daydream. Yes, you do.
Mm-hmm.
You need to make time to daydream.
Amen.
Yep. Mark, it is such an awesome opportunity, such an awesome thing having you here with us.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yes, we want
Thank you for your time, Mark.
Yeah,
so many people wanted to hear from you
on a regular basis.
Anna's still making comments over here about what she doesn't want.
I don't want to get paid for paying shirts that are just going to get trashed again. I don't want to get paid for paying.
See the next one. She corrects it.
Oh, for folding shirts.
For living for a big box store.
Yes, and okay. So you have to figure out how you want to transition out of that. A lot of times Terry and I talk about that folding of the shirts might be paying for your they might be funding your the thing that you really want to do.
Right. That is such a great point, because one of the things, and I think I might have said this, I can be a broken record, so forgive me, I've probably said this to you both before, but one of the things that I think is so important, I'm not one of these people who believes that that everyone's job can be their passion. I think that's ridiculous. I do think, however, that if it's not, your job should be paying for it.
Right.
And the point that you made, which I think is so important, is this is the analogy that I always use. If you went to college, there were many classes that you had to take to get that degree that had really nothing to do with the profession, but it's part of the tuition. Yep. And the same is true in life. There are trade-offs. So sometimes your job is the thing that allows you to pay the electric bill, the gas bill, the mortgage, all of those things, which are, of course, vital and necessary, and also funds you in pursuing whatever that dream may be. That may not be a profession, or may not be a possibility of a profession.
This is good. And then Anna says, wandering around, and TJ Maxx helps me to fill out my Christmas list. LOL. Here. This is good. This has been a great conversation. For everybody watching live, thank you. For those who are just coming into the replay, you might want to back it up to where Mark came in, because he gave us some really great insights, especially if you need help trying to figure out what you want to do in life.
Thank you.
And here's a little nugget that I think we can all benefit from, is since we are coming up to a new year, and people, often get in the New Year's resolution spirit, take some paper and write what you would like to be saying New Year's Eve next year about the year that passed. And you can use that then to say, okay, how do I begin to create that now?
Nice. You get great stuff coming in here. Just saying, you got some great guests. We have a community of people that can help you get where you need to be safely. You don't have to kind of test the waters with unknowns.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how you get to know people, right in here. Because you know, we've been, I don't know how many years we've been on here. Mark has been here with us at least a year, I'm going to say, close going on to it. Anna's been around for a long time before the days of the Scottish play. Get some help. Go out there and let's thrive in 2020.
There you go.
Refocus. It's a new decade. Let's do this. There's no reason why you can't.
Absolutely.
So thank you, everyone. Mark, thank you. Looking forward to the next time you take a chair.
Thank you both, ladies. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
Happy holidays.
Yeah,
yes, watch those hoofs.
Thank you so much, Anna, and everyone who watched. We'll talk to you next Monday. And we will be here on Wednesday. Christmas,
Donna.
Wednesday and Thursday, I believe we're taking off. So we'll do a re-air of the Happy Healthy Habits, but enjoy your Christmas.
And we won't be here Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Okay. And Donna says, #thriving in 2020. Good to see you, Donna.
Hey,
All
Donna.
right, everybody. Don't forget to go to the front of your own line. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.